He's in this seated setup here, abs, ribs kind of nice and tight, and I'm going to let him walk through what he's feeling.
So we set up this band, we go in between them. So I've got pressure on my backside of my wrist, my front side of my wrist, and really trying to push up as high as I can, and then I'm just going to try to get into a rhythm. I lock everything down and try to keep it moving. 20 reps.
You're just bouncing back and forth. Make sure you're not reaching your ribs, though, or really getting that overhead position from his shoulder. And he's just kind of going back and forth, that reciprocal nature of bouncing back and forth, front side of the shoulder, back side of the shoulder, reaching straight up to the ceiling like DJ said, but just going back and forth. Slow it down or be a little bit tighter, faster, tighter, faster, tighter, faster, tighter, faster, tighter, faster. Beautiful. Switch sides.
You feel pumping that almost immediately.
It's immediate.
Yeah. Everything starts to tingle, but in a good way. Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like you just said a lateral raises, but without the stress and arthritis.
The shoulder joint is the joint of punishment when it comes to the military population. We've all done probably thousands of push-ups, front-leaning rest, pull-up, being overhead, being stable without raising the ribs, accessing this overhead position. This is just a solid setup to really keep the blood flow in that area and challenge that joint from this compromised position being overhead. Bouncing back and forth, contracting, relaxing, contracting, relaxing, contracting, relaxing. Really challenging that joint to be stable.
What I really like about this is because we're running the two opposing bands, it keeps me from really leaning too far back. Think about like a pitcher leaning all the way far back, and I've still got some instability in my shoulder, and the last kind of dislocated came through my armpit, and that is the worst thing you could ever feel. So this really allows me, I can still get my range of motion, I can still get the blood flow, but I don't have to worry about overextending or compromising and leaning too far back into it. Now I've got a spot to kind of return to.
And he's also in this seated setup, so he can kind of be mindful about where his hips are, about where his torso is. If he was standing, maybe he's rocking back, but since he's seated and locked down, he really can just focus on this and keep this thing the main thing.